Sal, you snooze. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. It's not a game, it's not a game. Banging on your chip when I come through the paint. Never been about the money or the fame. But when it bring both, so here we go again. Wins on the road, yeah, I got those. Couple records that I hold, yeah, I got those. It's the playoffs, the team just got home. We ain't going outside when it matter most. Lights came, prime time action.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League comes to you from Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, Michigan. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Go off a handoff here to Swift. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. They'll try it now with Swift. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense holds on the night's opening drive. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Heineke. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. To throw again on 2nd down. Heineke. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Heineke now looking to throw on first down. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. That's a great example right there to remind everyone of what a weapon he can be as a mobile quarterback, Charles. Nice play to escape the pocket and get his offense into the red zone with a first down.
And defensive coaches losing their mind on that play because they knew about his mobility coming in, and they preached all week long. If he gets outside the pocket, find receivers in your area. And
that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Commanders put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Commanders out to a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up and negate the touchdown that was just given up.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for the Lions. First down.
Goff on first down. Throw caught by Raymond. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down.
That's their 48-yard line.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On second down, Swift. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
It's a gain of 2. And the Lions first down.
From the 50, it's gone. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7.
The score, Commanders 14.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Takes it at the 7. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
After the sack on first down, Heineke. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
24-yard gain of the play. And the Commanders first down.
Throwing, Heineke. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is incomplete.
He's got 1 touchdown pass already in this quarter. Obviously looking for number 2. And definitely not playing the check down game.
Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. Gibson here running out of the gun. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And the Lions are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now gone. Open man is Raymond. He's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
That's good for the Lions. First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's gone. And he whips that one incomplete there.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. They'll fake the give. Now gone. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Play fake for Swift. Now Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Montez Sweat in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down.
Commanders 14, Lions 7.
Here's Jack Fox on to punt. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, it's still in the first half here. A long way to go. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. He's got him in. Complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 37 yards. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
Oh, it's real easy to celebrate the throw there, but this was all about the protection because he had all day to sit back, survey the situation, and then really step into that one. He wouldn't have been able to do it without the help of his offensive line, though.
Yeah, the next-gen stats showing that at an even 57 yards through the air. A solid stiff, and he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson 51 yards. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Now Joey Sly for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score. Commanders 21, Lions 7.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Goff. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Taking it about the 36. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's 2 schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
After the interception, here's Goff. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. A shotgun snap for Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
good for the Lions.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Here's Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action. It's Goff. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. When you think of guys that are built to be big-arm quarterbacks, Jared Goff, he fits that mold, and he showed it off right there. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. But for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Howell. Escaping the pressure right. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side. And all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. On 1st down, Howell. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, it's Howell. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
On 1st and 10, Heineke. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Gibson. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack, and I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one, but occasionally the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly, maybe someone tipped it off, but on that play, it had no chance.
One more time with Gibson. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Heineke to throw it. Being chased out left. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Heineke on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 41. Well, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. The final shot before break here. Goff. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
On on second down. Here's Gibson again. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Heineke. And that is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Fourth down, Heineke completes it to Samuel. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. A first down throw for Heineke. Throw complete there, Rodgers. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down. And they'll throw again, Heineke. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Heineke. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to hold that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Heineke. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Michael Brockers, his 2nd sack of the night.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking the lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get a fight here, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing. Heineke. Flush to his right. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it will still bring up a 4th down. And they're indeed going. Here's Heineke. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. Swift going to try up the middle. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. 34. Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
He got maybe a half-yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Heineke on 3rd and 2. And he finds McLaurin. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Heineke. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he did not reel it in.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And the slot man goes in motion left. On 3rd down, Heineke. And this is going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. These kickers now, used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time they were stopped on 4th down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on 4th down, do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves. Let's get back out there and move the ball again.
And is it different when you get stopped on 4th versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a 4th down stop. Making a punt, that's your goal anyway. But a 4th down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, Goff. Forced out to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. Looking for Wright, and he finds him. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Back to throw. Gone. And he floats one there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To throw again on second down. Goff. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Goff. He's got this, complete to Williams. There it goes again. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
That's good for the Lions.
Goff now to throw. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Now receiver in motion left. Swift is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. It's a foot race past the 20. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Now the Washington offense back onto the field. They'll go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
There's 35. Lions 14.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. He's at the 40. The 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Lions. It's been a back-and-forth game. A lot of points on the board. And that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it. And as you just pointed out, both of them found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming. And that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This one fielded at the 5. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now on 2nd and 13, Heineke. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Washington on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is going to be 3rd and 13. To throw is Heineke. Able to connect with Dotson. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. From the gun, Heineke. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
It has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. On 1st and 10, Goff. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down. And a good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
The slot man in motion right. Throwing again on second down. Goff. Open man is Raymond. He's got it. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They'll send a receiver in motion left. To the air again. Goff. Throw caught by Raymond. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Brings up 3rd down.
Now it's Goff. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Once more, Gibson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On second down, a run with Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
Handoff running left is Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. They'll try the left side with Gibson. And some room to maneuver. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Handoff for Gibson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Here's a give to Gibson. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. They'll go again with Gibson. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Fourth down, Heineke. Quick slant, Dotson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Now, all through this one, they've had nothing but success throwing the football and in the passing game. Here we are in the 4th quarter. A time you'd think they'd be running the football. They're still tossing it around and having great success. And it appears a whole lot of fun as well.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Commanders have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. kickoff concludes the ball game, partner, and one side a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling his team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.